Up and coming, 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 up and coming. I'm that new chick, don't you wanna hate? She's up coming, up and 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 coming. They try to come for me, but I never take the beat. Joan Confessions, Joan Confessions, Joan Confessions, Joan Confessions, Joan Confessions, Joan Confessions. Take a few lessons on being you and staying true. Oh, that's all to it. Alright. Now grab your seat and enjoy this treat. Oh.
Tonight, I just thought that I'd do something that just say, look at her.
Joan is in the building. Love it or just hate. Either way, I'm still great. Oh, I'm chewing gum. That's kind of tacky to be chewing gum in the video. So let me take it out for a minute. How you doing, you guys? Oh my goodness, how long it's been? Well, it ain't even that long. But listen. So much has changed, you guys, since I last talked to you. You know, for the better. You know, my life is turning around for the better. And, you know, I actually been fasting. Or whatever. I haven't eaten since Wednesday. Today was my first time eating. And I picked out today. You know, I went and got me some bacon, egg, and cheese. But I noticed the difference because once, you know, I cleansed my body from all that toxic food and everything, once I put it back into my body was kind of like rejecting it. Like, I felt so horrible. It was like, I couldn't keep it down. I threw it up. So, what I think I'm going to do is, once 12 o'clock hit and this place that I always order from open, I'm going to order me a salad. And with a piece on the side, maybe. Small. I'm going to try. What I'm going to do, I'm going to eat the pizza first and see how I feel. Or whatever. But, yeah, it was crazy. Like, I didn't enjoy that food. Like, they bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches usually be on point. But I didn't really enjoy it today. Because I guess, that was, I'm coming from a cleansed place and I'm putting the toxic back in my body. So, I might not even get the pizza. Well, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I've been fasting or whatever. And, today was my first time actually starting back eating. And it was kind of hard. It would have been easier to fast if I had an empty refrigerator, if I ain't had no money in my pocket, but that wasn't the case. I had food in my refrigerator and money in my pocket. But one thing about me, I love a challenge. And that made it more challenging for me. And what do you know? I achieved my goal, which is to go 3 days without eating. All I was doing was drinking water. And I noticed when you fast, it helps you focus more. You ever be watching something, like say you're watching a movie, and then you may be into the movie, then after a while your brain drifts off somewhere else, and then you have to tell yourself, wait, let me get back to this movie so I can understand what's going on. Well, yeah, but when I was fasting, I noticed I could concentrate more. I noticed I could focus more. So even through my meditation, when I meditate, it's so much more easier to clear my mind. It is. It's easy. Like, fasting is good, and then it's healthy for you because when you do your prayers or whatever, when you pray, what you ask for comes faster. Because you got to think about it. We was born in sin. Our flesh is sin, but within us is the Holy Spirit is it's like an energy of endless joy and happiness. So, by not putting that toxic and stuff back into my body, I was actually getting closer to the inner me. I was channeling the inner me. And it felt good. It felt really good. I thought I would be weak and sluggish. No, I was good. With the help of my mentor, I was real good. But today, I want to talk to you guys about happiness. Now, I actually took some notes down that I want to talk about, because usually when I do a video and when I rewatch, I'm like, damn, I meant to hit this point, I meant to hit that point, I meant to hit that point, and I ain't hit none of them. So this time, before I actually decided to get in front of this camera and make this video, I took some notes down. So if my eyes go away from the camera temporarily, it's because I'm going into my notes. Okay? Alright. So we're gonna go back to true happiness. Now, but before we get into that, we're going to talk about achieving your ultimate goal. What is your ultimate goal? Is it to be famous? Is it to be rich? Is it to be with the man of your dreams? Is it to have the hottest new shoes that's out? Is it to have the hottest new fancy car that's out? Is it to move into a different place, a bigger place? Okay, that's all fine and dandy. But what do you think? Once you achieve this goal, it's going to make you feel, ultimately you expect to feel happy, right? It's going to make you feel happy. So happiness is behind it all. But what a lot of us fail to realize is we don't need all this outside, stuff that's going on to feel happy. Our happiness is within us. It's a constant sense of pleasure within your natural being. We all deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. Y'all deserve to be happy. So why can't you be happy? Do you feel like, it's a ritual you have to go to get from point A to point B? You gotta work a certain job. You gotta achieve a certain job title. You gotta accumulate a certain amount of money to be happy. Okay. So, once you say you go through the procedure, and then you get happy, that's only temporarily, because you focus on the outside. Yeah, where is that happiness coming from? It's coming from the inside, right? So why can't you be happy during the process of working towards these goals you want to achieve? Happiness is not a reward. Like I said, it's within you. You have to capture it. You have to own it. You have to claim it. You feel me? Yes, I'm coming off kind of preacherist today because I'm real passionate about this title. About this title. Where that come from? About this topic. I was doing a lot of research or whatever on it. And like I said, I was taking notes down, and I want to make sure to hit every main point that I wanted to hit when talking about this. Now, okay, we all have been conditioned in a variety of ways that keep us from really having the happiness that we pursue so relentlessly. The happiness is within us right now. We don't have to do anything for it. Somebody say, well, I'm happy. Okay. You may be happy right now watching this video. But are you always happy? I know I'm not. But I'm getting better because I'm beginning to learn how to take control and how to understand this body part between my ears. Hold on, let me get to my notes. What prevent you from, it's a shame when you can't understand your own handwriting. So maybe I should have rehearsed this. But y'all know me, I don't rehearse nothing on this channel. Unless maybe it's a skit or something. That way I like to come and give it to y'all raw and real. That way it happened more organically. You feel me? But I'm seeing I'm kind of like falling off on the things that I wrote or whatever. What prevent us from experiencing your happiness is what you allow. I don't know what I'm talking about. What was I talking about when I took these notes down? I don't know. Okay, let me skip past that one. Let me skip past that. All right. Bear with me, you guys. Y'all know I'm not polished. Okay. The reality of our existence is joy, and happiness. In order for you to be unhappy, you got to believe that a process of things have to occur in order for you to appreciate life. We begin to think events is the source of our happiness. Or a person is the source of our happiness. Or our kids is the source of our happiness. Or our boyfriend is the source of our happiness. But the first key to unleashing your happiness is remember is remembering that it's already there. It's our natural state. I don't know if I'm too close to the camera, but it's our natural state. The root of our human misery is the ignorance of our own true natural. Or no, the root of our misery is the ignorance of our own true nature and power. For real, like it really is. It's all in, the happiness is all inside of us. It's not on the outside. Most of us is being, like I said, conditioned to believe that being happy is difficult. Really. Back to what I was saying earlier. Our kids, a lot of us believe that our kids make us happy, or a certain person makes us happy, or a certain food makes us happy. But what happens when that person is no longer a part of your life? What happens when that person passes away? What happens, when that food that you like so much is now off the market? You can't find it anywhere. The happiness is no longer there, right? But when the happiness was there, where did the happiness come from? It came within, right? So why do we feel like we need these outside things to make us happy? No. Happiness is, like I said, within. You have to capture your inner joy and own it and claim it. When we are relying on so much of the outside things to make us happy, we never fail to take notice. Where does that feeling, once you achieve these things that you are working towards, once you achieve that job that you want, once you make that $1 million that you want, and you get that happy feeling like, I did it, yes, I'm happy, yes, praise God. Where does that feeling come from? It's not coming from, the outside may have a part, it may play a part of you feeling that joy and happiness, but ultimately that joy and happiness is coming within. So you have to own that joy and happiness. You have to claim it. Don't rely on your environment or worldly things to give you that happiness. Claim it. Claim it right now. Claim it right now. Cause when you feel that joy and happiness, it's just like, damn, where's this feeling come from? That joy and happiness at that moment when you've achieved your goal, and if you never took the time out to think, where's this happy feeling I'm feeling coming from? Well, the answer to that is we are releasing the feeling of love and joy and happiness within us, within that moment. We have a situation like this. We feel good for a moment because of something on the outside. We met one of our rules and we achieved one of our goals. However, that's not real happiness. The reality of the situation is that we have endless amount of joy and happiness within ourselves. It goes beyond everything. You ever felt? It goes beyond everything you ever felt before. And focusing on these outside things to ultimately feel happy, it only triggers that inner joy and happiness in that moment. But it's only like a tiny proportion of it that comes out. When you feel good about something, it's like, it's a feeling that I can't even explain. Like, I had moments where stuff like happened in my life and I'm just dancing and shit. Like, let's go back to when Lil Kim retweeted me. I don't know where all that happiness was coming from, but it was always within me. But I was relying on worldly things to trigger it. And what happened? I was happy at the moment. It was good. She was blah blah blah, but then it fades away. Why can't it always be there? Why can't I always feel joy and happiness regardless of my circumstances and situation? Well, the fact of the reality of the situation is I can. You know? Like I said, some people may rely on their kids or whoever to make them happy. Okay. You may be blessed to have that person in your life. You may be blessed to be rich. And you may feel happy when you have that money. But what happens then when you go broke? What happens then where situations occur where that person is no longer a part of your life? And God forbid that person pass away. What happens then? Yeah, it's scary, right? But, you know, that joy and happiness is, like I said, it's always there. You have to claim it. Because that, you know, these, like things on the outside, these worldly things is not the source. It's not the source of our happiness. Because it's not. It's just not. You know, like I'm looking at some of my notes and I'm noticing I already said stuff that I written down, so I don't really have to look at it too much. But you know, I'm just, you know, remembering main points I wanted to hit. Okay, so you know, when we happy, we're only tasting our own inner feelings that are existing continuously. But there's a constant joy and happiness of love that's flowing through your veins and your heart right now. It is. It's joy and happiness within you right now. But you're not feeling it. You're not capturing it. You're not owning it because you're relying on things on the outside to bring that. To bring forth that happy and joyful spirit and energy. That's where we, you know, that's where we are messing up. That's where we are losing in the long run. You know why? You ever think why some of the most richest people are so miserable? You know, let's take it back to the BET Awards. And, you know, it was a certain person, I'm not going to say her name, but she said she wanted to commit suicide. Why do you want to commit suicide? You're rich, you got all this money, you got all these, you know, all these titles, all these awards. Why do you want to commit suicide? You want to know why? Because you was relying on things on the outside to bring you that happiness. And it may have brought you that happiness within that moment, but then it's gone. Instead of being happy in the process of working towards these things, you weren't. More than likely you weren't. You were just so focused on making it happen till you not experiencing life to your full capacity, which is to be happy, to feel love. You feel me? The power, you know, there's a sea of real power inside of us all. All you gotta do is tap into it. But you can't do that as long as you believe happiness is a reward or, you know, based on another person. Based on an object. Happiness is not a reward. It's not a person. It's not an object. Don't hold yourself hostage by the false belief that anything on the outside will give you real joy and happiness. When something makes you feel good, you ever think to yourself, where does that feeling come from? It feels so good, don't it? Where does it come from? Because if it was coming for the things on the outside, then when they gone, it's no longer there. Or when the thing no longer serves any purpose, it's like you're no longer happy anymore. You may crave to have a PlayStation 2. You may be happy once you get it, but once you get used to it, and you know it gets old to you, you're no longer happy no more. You're no longer channeling that inner joy. That's why you gotta stop using these outside and, you know, things to dictate your happiness. Hold on, y'all. Happiness is nothing but a state of mind, of emotion. You can have it at any moment simply by claiming it. Like, really, just claim it. Change your focus, and you would change your focus, and you would change your level of happiness. You know, a lot of us not being happy because we are focusing on the negative. We're focusing on, oh, my rent need to be due. We're focusing on, oh, I gotta pay my car note. We're focusing on, oh my gosh, she got this beautiful long hair. I wanna buy it, but I can't afford it. But you're not focusing on your blessings. You're not focusing on the fact that you're here. You're here for a reason. Focus on that. Try to figure out, because everybody has a gift. Try to figure out what your gift is. Try to figure out what can you offer this world. And just be grateful that you woke up and got another chance, which is another day to get it right. Another day to figure it out. Be happy at that. Be happy. Like, direct your focus to the positive, and then you direct how you feel. You know, of course, it's not going to be easy because it's a natural, it's naturally for humans to worry. It's a natural feeling for, humans to think negative. But then that's when the challenge comes into play. You divert your focus to your happiness. You divert, to think. You think about things that make you happy. Because you ever had a little fallings out with people or whatever, and then when you see that person, it brings you back to that negative emotion and the reason why y'all fell out and the reason why you don't like this person. And then you start feeling on negative emotions again. Well, how about that's backing up what I'm saying. So instead of focusing on stuff like that, how about you focus on something that makes you feel good? Focus on how you felt when, I don't know, when you something that makes you happy. Focus on something that makes you happy. Try to channel your inner happiness and don't channel it through all of this. Don't channel it through all of this. Find ways to feel happy. Because if people ask you how you doing, you be like, hanging in there. Well, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have that hanging in there mentality. Subconsciously, that's going to become your spirit. But if you, like I said, try to put out positive vibes and positive energies into the universe, and somebody asks you how you feeling, excellent. And guess what? You want to feel excellent. Fake it until you make it. You may not feel excellent, but put it out in the universe, and subconsciously you will become what you're putting out. You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't want to draw this video out too much. I don't want to pique your ears off too much. But, I just thought I'd spit some jewels onto y'all that, was spit on to me. So, I hope y'all, got something from this video. Everybody out there that's dealing with depression and everything, it's only an illusion. You're happy. Your inner self is abundance of happy, joyful energy. Capture that. Own it. Claim it. Focus on it. Don't focus on the negative. You focus on the positive, everything else will fall into place. Okay? All right. And I love you all. And always remember, if the hate ain't stopping, then you're love y'all so much. And at the end of the day, you may feel like you're alone in this world, but always know someone cares. Because I do. And people love to. All right? All right.